This lesson is 8.2 on finding multiples of fractions. We'll go ahead and do numbers 4, 6, and 7. Okay, so first of all, the directions say list the next 4 multiples of the fraction. So we know that 5 tenths times 1 is 5 tenths. So then if we do 5 tenths times 2, that is 10 tenths. And then 5 tenths times 3 is 15 tenths. 5 tenths times 4 is 20 tenths. And 5 tenths times 5 is 25 tenths. All right, number 6, it says write the product, which is the answer when you multiply, of a whole number and a unit fraction. So first of all, we need to find the fraction greater than 1, or the improper fraction. So we're going to multiply straight across. So 5 wholes always has a denominator of 1. So we're going to multiply straight across, and we'll do 5 times 2, which is 10, and then 1 times 3, which is 3. So that gives us an improper fraction, or a fraction greater than 1. Now we have to turn that into a product of a whole number and a unit fraction. So we know product is the answer right there when you multiply of a whole number and a unit fraction. We also know that a unit fraction always has a numerator of 1, and we're going to just use the same denominator, which is 3. So now we go and we think 1/3 times what? 1/3 times what equals 1/3? And I know that 1 times 10 is 10. So that is our whole number. So our answer is 10 times 1/3. That is our product, which is the answer when you multiply, of a whole number and a unit fraction. So 10 times 1/3. Now let's look at number 7. We have a word problem, so we're going to do cube. Jessica is making 2 whole loaves of banana bread. She needs 3/4 of a cup of sugar for each loaf. Her measuring cup only holds 1/4 cup of sugar, which is a unit fraction. How many times will Jessica need to fill the measuring cup in order to get enough sugar for both loaves of bread? Okay, so first of all, we are going to make 2 loaves of bread, and she needs 3/4 for each loaf. So we are going to do 3/4 2 times, or 2 times 3/4. And again, when we multiply anything with the whole number, the denominator of a whole number is always going to be 1, and we'll just multiply straight across. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 4 is 4. So that gives us our fraction greater than 1. But now we need to know how many times is she going to use that 1/4. So how many times will she use the 1/4? So how many times 1/4? So 6/4 equals what times 1/4? We know that 1 times 6 is 6/4. So that gives us our whole number. So the answer is 6 times. So we would write 6 times. I have that screen blocking mine, so 6 times is our answer. I'm just going to put a box around that. Okay, just remember that this is just a continuation of 8.1. We have our fraction greater than 1, and we just then have to take it to multiplying a unit fraction with a whole number, and that's finding the product. You'll do great.